What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It's morning right now. It's about 5:30 in the a.m. It's the earliest I've been out all year. Got out of bed actually at 4. Actually, it was like 4:15. But got out, wanted to get out real early before the sun and the heat starts getting going. It's going to be about 90 degrees. It's about 70 right now. Supposed to get up to around 90 today. Wind is about 5 right now, but that's supposed to increase too. So I wanted to get out as early as I could before the sun gets up and get on the water and go after some fish. But today's video, I'm going to be testing out a lure that I've been looking at for the last year or so at Fleet Farm, and I decided to pick one up the other day and test it out. So this is what I'm talking about right here. It's the Bass Bug by the Salmo. You may have heard of it before. I've never seen this anywhere else but the Fleet Farm that I go to. I've never seen it at Cabela's or anything like that. It looked very interesting. So I decided to give it a shot. It is, like I said, it's the Bass Bug and it's the glow bug. So it kind of looks like a frog at the top and like a bug at the bottom. It's like segmented like a bug, but it's real fat. It's got one giant treble hook in the back and like kind of a square bill, but at a steep angle. It says it's a floating bait. It gives a diving depth, but it doesn't say how far. So I decided to give it a shot. It was like $9. It was like almost $9, $8 and like 89 cents or something like that. So a little bit on the expensive side, but wanted to give it a shot. Looked real interesting. So hopefully we can get on some fish with it, and hopefully the bass are done spawning or almost done spawning and they're out looking for some food. But really unique lure. Wanted to test it out with you guys, and yeah, so hopefully you stay tuned, and I'm gonna tie this on and hopefully we can get on some bass. So see you out there. All right, guys, so we got it all tied on right now. So it's actually got some weight to it. It's like a little football. See, it looks like a frog at the top. It's got the square bill. Kind of get a better look now. But it's got some weight to it. It does float, so it kind of looks like a little football in the water. Let's see. Let's just see what it looks like. Well, it's got a little bit of wobble. I don't know if it's more like a topwater or what. It's not going very deep, so got a crazy wobble to it. So I don't know how deep it goes, but maybe more of a topwater bait. We'll see. Oh yeah, it's definitely a topwater bait. Maybe too early for topwater. I thought it was more of like a crankbait. So that's why it has no diving depth, because it doesn't dive at all. I thought it would with that little square bill on there. It's got good weight to it. You can cast this sucker a while though. Yeah, I don't know if the bass are going to be in topwater yet. Might have to pick a different spot. Is that a fish? You got a fish on. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe not. I think it's just weeds. Right? Oh no, it's a fish. Wow. Got one. Little bass. All right. I was not expecting that. Wow. All right. First fish on the Bass Bug. We got one. Got a big old treble hook in it. Wow, it's a monster. Cool. First fish on the bass bug. I thought it might be a little bit hard to get one today on, but not a giant, but it will do on the bass bug. Cool. He barely hit that thing too. Didn't even see the blow up at all. Crazy. All right, well, see if we can get another one. All right guys, so I moved to a different spot. It's getting a little sunny over there. So this is a little bit better spot for topwater, since apparently this is more of a topwater bait. But I kind of brought my cranking rod because I thought it was more of a square bill type. Dove a little bit, but it's pretty much a topwater bait. So throwing it on my Fluger Supreme low profile bait caster on my Gander Mountain cranking rod. And I think I got it's like 10-pound P-line copolymer on there, so it's not really my top water rod, but it does the trick. I've thrown poppers and stuff like that on it before, so it's pretty good all-around rod actually, so pretty good setup. So I'm gonna throw this around over here, and maybe we have a little bit more luck before the sun starts coming up. But this thing's got some crazy weight to it, so you can launch this thing, but it also floats real well. It's kind of a crazy setup. Moves through the water kind of like a prop bait, but without the prop. Got a good wobble to it. All right guys, so back here in this little inlet here, trying to stay out of the sun as much as I can. One, because it's hot, and two, the shadier spots are a lot more ideal when it comes to a topwater bait. So I'm trying to stay in the shade as long as I can. Sun's coming up pretty fast. Haven't had any luck on this guy since that last fish. That was about almost an hour ago. So some of the pros and cons I can see on this guy already is real good action. Stirs up quite a bit of water for how small it is. It's got a good wobble to it. Got a pretty good wake behind it, if you can see that from here. So some of the cons I can think of right off the bat are, another pro I guess you could say is it is a very heavy topwater bait. For a floating bait, it is very, very heavy. So you can bomb this thing pretty far. I mean, that was probably 40 yards almost, that cast. So you can fling this thing, so you can cover a lot of water with it. So some of the cons I can see is when you do cast this thing, it hits the water like a rock. It makes a pretty good thud. So maybe it's a good thing that you can cast it that far, because by the time it hits and makes that thud, if it scares anything away, you got plenty of time to reel it back in to kind of let things settle down. But yeah, it hits the water pretty darn hard, probably because it is so heavy. So it's kind of a positive negative thing. It's heavy, so you can cast it far, but it hits the water pretty hard. Another negative I can think of is that big treble hook coming off the bottom. So if you throw it in any of this kind of stuff here, this top vegetation, seaweed and stuff like that, you are gonna get hung up pretty darn fast on it. Even compared to a lot of other baits that have that kind of treble hook at the bottom, this one's got an extra large one, it seems. So, and then when it does hit the water, it does go down quite a bit. So if you are in any kind of vegetation just like that, you're gonna get hung up. So the weight kind of comes into a factor, and then that This big old treble hook on the bottom also comes into be a factor as well. So yeah, so other than that, that's all I can think of right now. I would like to catch another fish on it at least before it gets too warm and the topwater window closes completely. Seems like once that sun gets up past a certain point, the topwater is just going to be, the bass are going to start looking for cover. So I'm going to cast it around. Ooh, that was almost a backlash. I'm going to cast it around back here a little bit longer, and hopefully we can get on another fish. I don't know. Oh! Fish! Little guy. Way too excited for this thing. Holy cow, guys. Finally. Man, look at this sucker. How big he is. You feel warm. Well, guys, it's been about an hour and a half. This is my prize for all my hard work. Oh man, it's tough today. It is early for a topwater bite, but man. Fish number 2 in the boat. Well, I'm gonna work this spot a little bit longer, see if I can get some more to hit. I'd cast real close to the weed line. It is kind of tough though, because this thing does get snagged pretty darn easy back in this thick stuff. So yeah, so I'll work this area a little bit longer and see if I can get another one. Another one. Little guys, man, little guys. Oh, came off. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm back at the house. There's gonna be a little bit of a shorter video today. My GoPro, my second GoPro camera, the battery was completely dead. So I did charge it yesterday, and I don't know if I accidentally switched it on, but it was completely dead, so didn't get a lot of footage. But I did want to make a little close to this video. It should be a shorter video. The bass bug. Caught a couple fish on it. It was 2 fish I landed, and 1 fish it came off, but not the best topwater. Well, it was good topwater condition today, but not the time of year Water temperature is still a little chilly for topwater. So I will be revisiting the old Bass Bug here in a couple more weeks when topwater starts heating up a little bit better, and I'm pretty confident that I'll catch some on this guy. After my camera died, I did throw around the square bill a little bit, which I thought this was going to act more like a square bill because it does have this little bill on it, but this is definitely a topwater bait. That being said, the square bill, I did catch quite a few fish on it, no big ones, but as I thought it was going to be more of a square bill type of time of year, would be the best bait to be thrown around this time of year. So I was expecting this to act more like a square bill, and it's not. It's topwater. So it does have good action. So I'm pretty confident that it will do a good job here when topwater conditions get a little bit better. So I'm going to be making another video here in a couple more weeks, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, is what there was of it. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know if you've ever used this guy before. Like I said, I've only seen it one place, and I've looked for it online, and I really haven't seen it online either. So out of all the places I buy my fishing stuff from, this Fleet Farm by where I work is the only place I've seen this. So let me know if you've ever used it before. Yeah, so it caught a few fish today, but I'm looking forward to testing it out a little bit further. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Always remember that there's always time for one last cast, and I hope to see you guys very soon. See you later.